Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the eighth Resolutions Committee meeting. Please correct me on that number if it's not the eighth. Um, let's begin with the roll call. I'll pass it off to our secretary, Erica Ledford, to begin.
Thank you, Chairman. CD1, CD2, 3, 4, 5,
Present.
6,
Present.
7, 8,
Present.
9,
I'm here.
10, 11, 12, 13,
Present. 12 is present.
13, 14, 15,
15 is present.
16,
Present.
17,
Present.
18,
Present.
19, 20, 21,
Present.
22,
Present.
23, 24, 25,
Present.
26, 27, 28,
26 is present.
And 27 is here. I'm
Oh, 27.
sorry.
Yes, 27.
okay, so 26 is present.
No, it's only 27. Sorry.
Just one second. Okay, so we are 27, 28, 29,
Present.
30, 31,
Present.
32,
Present.
33,
Here.
34,
Present.
35, 36, 37, and done. Just one second.
Thank you, Erica. We have a quorum. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So, ooh. What is this? All right. I'm gonna share screen. Then let me exit on Discord. While she was doing that, yeah, all of these are linked now. And so we can just pull them up directly from the tracker now. That was a great idea. Last committee. We got that one. Yes, we looked at 2047,
2151.
2115, and 2142. And these 2115, 2142 were both approved regarding pathway to citizenship. And this one was ICE accountability. 2135, sorry. This one was comprehensive gun violence prevention.
Mr. Chairman, CD 11 present.
Yes, okay. 2055, recognition of a Palestinian state. And then 2031, okay, shoot. Universal access to countywide voting.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that number.
2031. 2018 opposition to foreign influence in Democratic Party elections and policy. And then we were on 2151 and 2122 regarding the death penalty. At the last meeting, I did make a mistake where we were in the discussion, somebody called the question. I took the vote for as he called a question as he called for approval, and that was not correct. So the first thing we're doing today is looking at 2151 for approval. Oh,
Can you make the print larger, please?
yes, I'm going to open the actual thing.
I've been to the eye doctor, but I won't have my glasses for 2 weeks.
Why am I winning a preview? Here we go. We can pop it out. There we go. Okay.
There it is.
Yes. And so can everybody see 2151?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. These changes were suggested after the call to question. This was not adopted. Let me undo that. So we are going to have to look at this without these changes, except for this one that's grammatical. And this one's grammatical. Oh, no, those are comments. Okay. Yeah, and so we have to look at this as if the question was called, because that was the last order of business we had. So the vote, which I thought was for approval, was the vote for the call of the question, meaning the next thing we have to do is vote on this. So all in favor of item 2151, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Nay.
Yes, that's right. Motion carries. 2151 has been adopted as written.
Just a point of information, or just to clarify things, that a committee, as far as calling the question, if I can clarify that, when you call a committee, this it's not appropriate for a committee member, since committees are more informal, to call the question, but you can move to close debate, and that just takes a majority vote.
Okay. No, that's right. I'm looking at the rules for as if we're in the actual body, not just committee. That is my mistake. Okay, but this has been adopted. All right.
Point of order.
Yes.
Once again, yesterday we did not, we were at the motion to talk about it. We did not vote on it. Because yesterday you gave us the 2122 in this one to read, and people I believe it was Sean tried to make a resolve clause. I put a point of order stating that we did not put a motion on the floor to consider, and you said that is correct, and then the call to question came up.
So when we take up an item, we move to consider it for adoption,
And
then we had discussion.
we did not.
We did have discussion. We had quite a lengthy discussion.
Yes, but we did not take a call to vote on it.
No, that is what just happened right now, because we took a vote for the call to the question, which passed unanimously. And then the first order of business after that is to vote on this. And that is what we just voted on a minute ago.
Change my answer to no because there is false information on that.
Okay. I don't believe that changes the outcome, but we'll have that noted. Okay. Approved. All right. We are now going to look at 266. Let me, oopsie, not.
Can I make a point of inquiry?
Yes.
I was wondering what the decisions were for 2018 and 2006. I'm one of the original authors of 2006. So I was just wanting to know why 2018 was chosen over 2006.
The number of districts that went by.
We can open up.
Point of information, Jazz.
Yes.
Related to the question he just asked. I remember when we brought these up, you asked the question of the group, which one we wanted to consider better, and we did vote as a group to table one over the other one, if that
Yes,
helps jog your memory a little bit.
that is correct. Yes. All motions are always brought up to the full committee, and I believe in the case of 2018 and 2006 specifically, 2006 was an essay, and 2018 was just written better.
I think we did take one of the resolve clauses and amend it to 2018, didn't we?
I think
We
we took a
did.
couple actually. Yes.
So I guess we more or less combined them, technically.
That is correct. Yes.
Yep.
Here we go. Okay, so we are now looking at this is County Resolution 266 related to Social Security, and these will be similar to County Resolution 155, which I will open up. And Resolution 1159. Oh,
So 105.
that is not a full resolution exactly.
No.
Okay, yeah. We'll be looking at 105 and oopsie, cannot get these to stick. There we go. And let me move these over so it's easier to see and zoom in a bit. We're not looking at 105. Yeah, 105 is way too small. 266 is much more comprehensive. Do we have a motion to consider item to County 266?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. We do have some changes here. Suggested that instead of all year long, change that to throughout the year. And is there a motion for this change?
So moved.
So moved. Do we have a second?
Yes, I make a motion.
Second.
I make a motion for the amendment.
Okay, yes, we have the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on this change? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. We have another suggested change that instead of saying today, we say as of 2026. Do we have a motion for this amendment?
So moved.
Do we have a
Second.
second?
I second.
Is there any further discussion on this? And when you make a motion, please include your CD with that. That would be great. Okay, hearing no further discussion. All in favor of this change, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay. Resolve clauses cannot contain numbered list. That is very true, actually. That just seems like a grammatical error because it just looks okay, there are two separate clauses and these just look like numbers, so we're just gonna fix that real quick. That doesn't change the intent. Okay. All right, be it further resolved that okay, we do have a suggested change. That seems oh no. That is no longer grammatical because it's in the effort to as opposed to guaranteed. Do we have a motion for the change to change from guaranteed long-term solvency to it in the effort to guarantee long-term solvency?
So moved.
Okay, we have a
Second.
motion. Second. Is there any further discussion with this? Hearing none. All in favor of this change, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? Fantastic. Motion carries.
Did you skip over the first resolve clause that included Harris County Democratic Party?
Yes, we did. Nobody made that change. So, okay, I see somebody's about to suggest that change. Yes, they're going to replace Harris County with Texas. Do we have a motion for this change?
So move. CD 18.
CD 18 is moved and seconded.
Second 31.
There we go. All in favor of this change, or sorry, is there any further discussion on this change? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Great.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm noticing that this is a county resolution COU 266. Why are we taking it up? I thought we had said we were only going to be taking up resolutions that started in the 2000.
No. So what county means, it's not that it's only for a specific county. It was passed at a county convention. And other CDs and or counties also passed something similar. And so because Harris County has 9 CDs by itself, a single county or CD anywhere else that also has something similar, ensuring Social Security and increasing the or getting rid of the cap, we can't take that up as 10 plus as an automatic thing for our committee.
I want to point out that the further resolve clauses on this are really whereas clauses again, because it's the first resolve clause is what you were asking to happen. All the others is supporting information. It really shouldn't be in a resolve clause. It should be in a whereas clause.
Yeah.
You are right. Do you have a motion to
I move that we all the resolve clause after the first resolve clause make it make them into whereas clauses and just keep them in the same order.
Okay. Do you have a second on that?
Second.
Second.
CD 27.
Thank you. All right. Let me see how I can do this quickly.
Don't we have to have some resolved clause?
There is still one, yes.
Okay.
And
Do we need the 3 pillars clause?
you can make a motion to get rid of it.
Well, I just want to know if anyone else thinks it's necessary before I do that.
It's supporting document. It's supporting information, so it doesn't hurt.
But we took out the numbers. We took out 1 and 2. There's 3 is still there, but we took out the other numbers.
There's a lot of grammatical issues here because it uses terms like, whereas that revenue leakage, it's just not grammatically correct.
Take out that.
It has this revenue allows for.
Do we want to just take different ones and fix them up?
Okay. So we have a motion to add everything here as whereas clauses as opposed to resolve clauses. It was moved and seconded. now that I have it on screen, is there any further discussion on this? Aside from grammatical changes we will make shortly after this one?
Be it further resolved, in the last one you moved.
Oh, thank you.
Can we take a little bit of time to read it?
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, I will also drop this in the chat to make it easier for everybody.
Drink from there to tea. This is a line. Drink from there to tea.
Reading this, I think we could scrap the three pillars and still get across that we want uh, the elimination poverty or last resolve clause.
Would now be the time to move for that?
Yeah, a move to amend the amendment.
So moved.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor, please signify, or sorry, is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. I see grammatical changes, which yes, yes, and yes.
Does COLA need to be spelled out?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, whereas before that it has for several reasons, colon. I think that needs to be changed.
This is rough on a migraine.
Yeah, right.
We're doing a whole lot of work on something that was supposedly passed already.
It looks like the fourth from the top whereas, maybe we should take out those other three whereases and just list them as the following three benefits instead of separate whereases.
Okay, yeah, I can let me try that out.
Okay. Well, yeah, seeing it's working on that, I do see this one will just be grammatical. Complexity and avoidance. Yeah. That is a material change. Is there a motion to remove complexity and avoidance on this whereas clause?
I so move. Christie, Baird, CD9.
Do we have a second?
Second, CD 27.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on this? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, for the next one, there is removing that inequity :A and replacing it with just A. Do we have a motion for this change?
I so move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Is there any further discussion on this change?
Would we need cost of living adjustment, spelled out right there?
Yeah. But back to the question at hand. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
You leave me just a minute, just a second. Let me just
Cost
move
of living
it.
adjustment.
That's cap, yeah.
Out of space here. Getting rid of colon, that is correct. That space. Okay. Moving on to this whereas clause, where it removes the next three whereas clauses and combines it into one. Do we have a motion on this?
So moved.
If we're ready for comments, I'd like to make
I'll
comments.
second it.
Okay. We have a motion, a second. Now, is there any further discussion on this whereas clause?
Yes. It looks like in editing, he took out therefore be it, and he put the following three benefits, and then those benefits are removed. Where, while I feel like the therefore should not be there, it should be at the end of it, but include the three benefits as part of that bigger whereas clause. By raising the special minimum benefit to 125% of the federal poverty line, with the following three benefits: one, an across the board benefit increase, etc. Two, the adoption of the consumer price index for the elderly. Three, the elimination of poverty among seniors. And then you could go to now therefore be it resolved.
Yeah, so this now will say, whereas revenue allows for an across-the-board benefit increase, such as the $2,400 a year proposed in the Social Security Expansion Act, the adoption of the CPIE, the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, to ensure COLAs accurately reflect the rising cost of healthcare and housing for seniors, and the elimination of poverty among seniors by raising special minimum benefit to 125% of the federal poverty line.
Okay,
Now,
I see how we put it in. I agree.
yes, okay. All right. Is there any further discussion on this one?
Are we also talking about the whereas right above it also, or is it just that one whereas?
Just this
Is
one whereas.
consolidated?
That's
Okay, okay.
Looks good to me.
Okay. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, these carry.
And then the whereas above it really should be by scrapping the cap, Social Security could not only be saved but expanded. And not say we. See that by scrapping the cap, Social Security could not only be saved but be expanded.
Yes, that's there.
If you want to take out the we could afford not afford not to only. You don't want to make you don't want it to be we. We want it to be Social Security can be more. Uh, Social Security can not only be saved but also expanded.
Got it. Okay. So you're making a motion to remove we cannot afford to not only save.
Yeah, to make it where Social Security can will not only be saved but expanded.
Okay.
Expand ed with an ED, not
Yeah.
ID.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
There were two people who added that. Okay. Do we have a motion for this change?
I so move.
Do we
Second.
have a second? Okay.
18.
Is there any further discussion on this change?
Nope.
Okay. All in favor of this change, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Expanded. Delete it. Delete space. Okay. There is a motion to move that straightens the social contract to the end of this whereas clause and saying, therefore, straighten the social contract. And
I so move.
Second.
Thank you.
Looks good.
Who moved that? CD?
CD 27.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on this change?
Should social contract be capitalized?
Good question.
No.
It
I
should not
don't
be.
believe it has to be because it's just a term that's used.
That's right.
It's not a proper noun.
That's right.
Right.
That's grammatical. That's fine. Okay, back to the motion at hand. All in favor? Oh, sorry, is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Should be T. Yes. Yes. Delete space. And yep. Delete space. And okay, that's grammatical. Grammatical. Grammar. That needs to be not bolded.
Yeah, I was trying to do that.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. That's grammatical. Approved. Okay.
One more grammatical. It should say resolve that the Texas Democratic Party.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was fun. Is there any further discussion on item COU 266? Hearing none. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. COU 266 has been adopted as very heavily amended. All right. Okay, Social Security. Ignore this one. Ignore. Ignore. All right. Condemning Speaker Dustin Burrows. We're going to look at 2042 and 2112.
I think they're exactly the same, aren't they?
They might be. I actually have no idea. All right. We have 2112 and 2042. Yes, these are exactly the same. So, do we have a motion to consider either item 2112 or 2042?
I make a motion that we consider 2112. I'm an
Second.
old Rush fan. CD5.
Okay. All right. We have a motion for 2112 and a second. Who made that motion?
CD5.
CD5. Thank you. Yes, Phil. Okay. All right. Is there any further discussion on item 2112 condemning Dustin Burrows?
There's some formatting there with the page numbers.
Yes, that will be fixed.
If I could have just a few minutes, I was wondering if it may be within scope to mention Speaker Burrow's complacency and recent Islamophobia in Texas. Any thoughts from anyone?
I'm
I
not
don't
personally
believe we can.
familiar.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't believe we can because one, it's not mentioned in any other motion or any other resolution similar to this, and that's just adding things that may not be in the intent of the speaker.
Okay.
Motion for a couple grammatical adjustments. There's a couple whereas clauses where whereas is not in full caps.
I fixed that. But yes, thank you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. You caught it well as I was trying to say it.
Yeah.
There is a comment on the other resolution, which is the same. Should we look at that?
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah, we made some changes on the other one.
Got it. Okay. Yes, we can look at the comments here. Okay. Yep, removal. Yep. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna just read the changes and bring them into this one. Oh, I did the thing. Okay. So we have suggestions to adjust this one because this feels like a run-on. And the suggestion is consider breaking it into two whereas clauses or using commas more strategically. I would need a motion with like more specifics. If Charles, I see you made that comment, how would you structure this? And please state it in a motion.
I will make the motion, the move to amend for clarity because you got those SB2s and SB10, they all jammed together. We need to separate them and make them into two whereas clauses.
Okay. So where would you want that split to happen?
Can I make a suggestion?
You remember on the suggestion that you gave me, you only gave me the suggestions. I don't have the editing.
Yeah, the editing is not in this document.
Jazz, may I
Yes.
make a suggestion?
Sure.
I would split it between the public school stuff and then the religious stuff. I mean, the vouchers and then the 10 Commandments and prayer in school separately.
That makes sense.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the 10 Commandments seems like a good split.
Let me do suggestions. Thank you, Yasin. Okay. We have a motion to split this whereas clause into two, and then grammatical fixes. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Great. Is there any further discussion on these two clauses right here? Let me zoom in for you guys.
Does anyone have something better than completely ignored? I feel like we could use some stronger language there, but not sure which direction to go. Unless everyone thinks it's fine.
The First Amendment, not just the separation of church and state.
But I like the idea of saying church separation of church and state because that's something that they're putting in with having the 10 Commandments, and they're putting all of this Bible study into the curriculum. So I think it should definitely say separation of church and state.
Sending our
have no
public
problem
money
with-
to private schools.
I have no
Yes.
problem with putting both, but I think I was just wondering about completely ignored. Is that the right terminology to use, do you think?
The direct attack.
Completely is not necessary.
Yeah, I would agree with that one at least. Okay. Is there disregarded? There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I like that better.
All right. Is there any further discussion? Oh, I see changes. And the First Amendment. Okay. All right. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, let's take it for a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that was one. And then the last change recommended. That's funny. Bends the knee.
I think the
Charles
change.
has recommended to say align himself with Donald Trump's political agenda. Or I guess bend the knee to Donald Trump to align himself with Donald Trump's political agenda.
I move to amend.
Second.
Can we put felon 47?
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this?
Yes. What do we think about maybe saying because to maintain the original intent via language, maybe aligned himself with and capitulated to.
That sounds
We could just say capitulated to Donald Trump's political agenda.
I think that would be better.
Lines
Um,
himself with Donald Trump's extremist views.
That makes it sound like he didn't want to do it.
True.
If you
I
say
just
you
want to make sure the
capitulated.
original author of the amendment is okay with it.
Yeah, we need a motion for that, but I don't think anybody here has a better way of saying this. So,
I have
unless,
a mean way of saying it.
I mean,
What if we
I'm
said
personally okay with it if you convince the committee.
what if we said aligned himself with far right agenda?
I like that.
With the Donald Trump's far right agenda?
I mean, sure, I can see Donald Trump's far right agenda. I would just say far right agenda, so that way we're encompassing all people that align themselves with that agenda instead of just Donald Trump.
Well, I think the reason why they're mentioning Donald Trump specifically here is because he did ask directly to Greg Abbott to redistrict mid-decade.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
why I'm thinking we need to call out Donald Trump specifically in this case. I
Yes.
do understand where you're coming
See
from for
that.
sure, but I think that was the intent there.
But I could see Donald Trump's far right agenda as well. So that way we can say that it's like a political move instead of just saying one man's move.
If we maybe say fascist instead of far right?
Yeah,
That works.
do that one.
The S in there.
Yes, got it. Thank you. Okay. Looks like we have a motion for this amendment.
It's so much nicer than saying he's got Cheeto dust on his nose.
I wish I could put that in here. Okay. Is there any further discussion on this amendment? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, and I believe that was the last of the comments on 2042. Okay, back to the item at hand on item 2112. Is there any further discussion on item 2112? Hearing none. All in favor of adopting item 2112, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Adopted as amended.
Oops, I just saw something right before you closed that. The last resolve clause, it says transmitting to the Texas Democratic Party. Is that necessary?
No.
Okay, do we have a motion to reconsider?
So move.
Sounds grammatical to me.
And a second.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just normal
I know.
language.
I still need a reconsideration, even though it's grammatical, because we did approve it.
DD 18 move to reconsider.
Yep. Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. It's fine. The copies this would be so we just want to get rid of the Texas Democratic Party or the SDEC and the Texas Democratic Party.
No, that's normally how it is. The copies are transmitted to the party, the SDEC, the Texas House Democratic Caucus, and all Democratic county parties in Texas. All that means is they're going to send out an email saying this passed, and they're going to, and here's a copy of the language.
But do we need the Texas Democratic Party in there, since this is the Texas Democratic Party convention? Just take out that terminology and keep it
Doesn't
to the
matter.
state.
Whatever. I don't care.
I can take back my motion, can I?
It's not a big deal.
It has been moved and seconded. So yes, you can move to withdraw your motion.
Move to withdraw my motion. I think
Okay.
it is.
All right. Fantastic. So 2112. approved. Similar to 212. Okay, there were deferred ones. Yes, because that didn't get enough. Here we go. Okay. This is one of the ones from yesterday we deferred.
What number are you on?
Oh, yes, this one was deferred because it didn't have. This is
Doesn't have a,
line 151 on the tracker. It did not have the resolve clauses, so we deferred.
I thought we weren't taking up ours.
We're not because I want to see if there was one that isn't an R1 that we can find. Nope, not that one. Yeah, this one we can't take up. There are no resolve clauses.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I did notice when I checked on a resolution that I have personal interest in that the entire text did not transfer over.
Okay. And were you the original author?
Yes.
Which item is this?
Well, I'm just saying that might have been what happened on this one, because I know you use some machine language to transfer over information.
Yes. If you have any evidence to show me where the original is, I would love to see it.
I don't know about this one. I just checked the one that I authored.
Which is the one that you authored? Is it like an
R12,
number?
R12, yeah, it's an R1262.
well, you can let the rules committee know and make sure they have all the language. Because that's one that would have gone to rules.
Yeah. We can let them know. Okay, the Dart one.
But
Um,
I didn't mean to have you focused on that one. I just because you saw one with no resolved, so just showing an example of something that might have happened.
you got it. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Unfortunately with those, I don't believe we can do anything. Um, just because they're not submitted correctly.
Is ours R1261 the same as ours, the 1262? Sorry.
R 1262 is not the same as 1262, I believe.
Yeah, one is about creating a new regional authority, which is a local issue for the most part. 62 is the one that asks for state funding for the entire state metropolitan transit authority.
Yeah. But none of them have the resolved clauses, so. And
So
then
was that an issue with the person filling out the form?
probably, yes.
As many of them as occurred, I think it's probably a flaw with the Google form where we submitted after our conventions.
I think what happened was they were telling people, hey, if you can't submit them fast enough, just do the whereas clauses and we'll tie it to one that has passed, right? But then there may have been confusion in that the ones that passed at the counties, right, that were not in the original statewide system, they needed the resolve clauses. I think there was confusion there. Which is just unfortunate. Let me send a text to our parliamentarian and see if we can do anything about that. I sent her a text message. Let me see if there's anything else for 2013. That did not get enough. Okay. All right. So there are two that we need to send to subcommittee, 2177 to fix, and there's another one here somewhere. Oh, we'll find it later. I will be sending those out to your subcommittees, whoever signed up for them, and then y'all can meet and decide how to adjust those two. As of right now, everything else that we can vote on with 10 plus, or that we were required to vote on, has been discussed, taken up, rejected, or approved, or combined. So, aside from the last two that are going to be sent to subcommittee, we are finished with our charge.
Wow.
Now,
Jazz, we need to go back and do those, the grammatical, it's mostly formatting in the,
yes,
memorial ones.
yes, absolutely. That will be done, but we don't need to do that here right now. There is a grammar subcommittee that all of them will be sent to. And what we can do now is for all the ones that did not meet the 10 plus requirement, I will leave it up to the committee to decide which ones we should take up. I will just need a motion, a second, and a 2/3 vote of the committee to take it up. So, okay, Daniel, I see your hand is up.
My question is actually not related to one that has not been brought up, but it has been adopted. Is there any way we could reconsider it? Even if
Which
it's been
one?
adopted, 2151, because I feel that there's false information on it.
Okay. I can open it up for everybody. Is there a motion to reconsider item 2151?
What's the false information?
I believe it is on the one where it says, whereas 170 people on death row nationwide, that number is over 200, and the people in Texas is 18.
Do we have a motion to reconsider?
I would like to make a motion to reconsider.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. CD 13.
We have a second. Okay. All right. Motion to reconsider has passed. Do we have a motion to amend?
No. Motion to consider. It's been a first and second. We hadn't voted on it. You said it.
Oh, you're right. You need to vote. You're right. Thank you, Pamela. I appreciate that. All in favor of reconsidering, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any
I
opposed?
just had Jazz. I
Yes.
just had Timberly Vogel, who's the Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty. She came to speak on Sunday at my club. I can call her real quick and get the actual numbers.
Sure.
I will be right back.
And the only reason I say they're wrong is because I was looking at the Innocence Project and something called deathpenaltyinfo.org.
Sure. If we can improve it, that's always great. And do we now have a motion for changing these numbers to whatever numbers you were saying? Or should we wait for the call?
I would wait for the call.
Okay.
If she's in charge of that committee.
Okay. In the meantime, can we, this is going to be reconsidered, so it's no longer adopted. And what we'll do instead, can we table this discussion until those facts are verified?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Great, fantastic. As soon as we get the facts back, we'll finish whatever we're working on, and then we'll come back to 2151. Okay, now for any of the ones that we did not have to discuss, the ones that were, 9 and under in the combined CD counts. At this point, if there's anything anybody wants to discuss or bring up, I just need a motion and a second and a 2/3 vote. So I see Judy, your hand's up. Judy?
Yes, I have two. They're state employee issues, and usually we get them passed every 2 years. So I'm surprised they didn't pass 10, but it's 2057 and 2060.
Okay.
And the 2057 says platform. I'm not sure why it says platform.
That would be a platform plank. And so 2067 is the other one?
2060.
2060. Okay. We have a motion to consider item 2060. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? It is in the opinion of the chair that was a unanimous vote, and therefore it passes the 2/3 threshold. Item 2060. Is there any further discussion on item 2060?
I just need time to read it, please.
I will give you minutes, yes.
Can somebody help my memory? We had a resolution about state employees, but I think it was just cost of living adjustment.
For ERS. For the retirees.
It was just ERS. So
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I missed. So this one that we're looking at now, this is not the reconsider. This is one that didn't pass 10 congressional districts that someone wants to bring up, have us
Yes.
take. Okay.
Yes. And as soon as we have the facts on the death penalty, whatever we're working on, after we finish that resolution, we go straight back to 2151.
Okay. Thanks.
Would it be appropriate to request that to make a motion that we vote for this resolution as written and presented?
Are you calling? I guess I can ask, is there any further discussion on this item? I see Daniel's hands up.
Yes, I just have a question. They said like the two numbers that they were talking about was 2060 and 2057. Like, and she said something about platform. Can we just put on for just 1 second so I could read the other one because it's not a platform. It's actually in opposition to 2060, I believe.
2057?
Yes, it says 2057 is resolution labor, and it says in opposition to resolution opposing outsourcing. And this one, like, that's why I'm so confused. Was it 67 or 57?
I don't know.
57.
But for 2060, I would propose that I would like to call for a vote in support of this resolution.
I'll second.
Okay, so we have somebody who called the question. I see hands are up. Christy and Yasin.
My hand is up for the other one.
Yeah, I just had some that I wanted to bring up and wanted to know when exactly.
As a point of order, we are a committee of the State Democratic Party. Calling the question is you do not call the question. It's not part of Robert's rule. You call it in debate, which takes a majority vote.
Correct, and that's why I did not address that, and I moved through the hands that were raised.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any further discussion on item 2060?
I would like to move to end the debate.
Okay, I will need 2 people in favor and 2 people opposed. Who are in favor and who are opposed?
Need a second.
I can speak in favor of this.
Oh yes, we need a second first for debate. Sorry. Thank you, Daniel. David. We don't have a second. We cannot go into debate.
Call. I have a second. I'll second it.
Okay. All right, we're moving into a debate on this. I need 2 people in favor and 2 people against. I saw Jackie is in favor. And then who was opposed?
Or members.
I don't think anybody was opposed.
I wasn't opposed. I was asking for a motion to end debate or discussion.
Oh, I heard a motion to debate.
No, I meant it to end debate or discussion.
Hearing that there is no debate, we are now going to move into a final call for, is there any further discussion on item 2060? Hearing none, we're going to go for a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. And I believe 2151 we can bring back now, as we may have had the numbers. Is that right, Christy?
Yes. Timberly Vogel of the Texas Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty confirmed it is 200 nationwide and 18 in Texas. So we can make those changes. I make a motion to make those changes. And
Second.
Cool. Is there any further discussion on that?
And she said 200 people exonerated since 1973?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Nationwide and 18 exonerated in Texas.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Motion carries. The amendment is adopted. Now back to the item at hand, item 2151. All in favor of adopting 2151 as amended, please signify by saying aye.
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 Jazz.
Yes.
Wait. Okay, yeah, you saw. I'm sorry. You
Okay. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
For in fact, 65% of the exonerees are people of color.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I believe we passed item 2060, right? Right
Yes.
before this?
Yes.
Would this be the appropriate time to move to consider another resolution?
Yes, now would be the appropriate time.
I move to consider item 2143 for consideration by the committee.
Okay. Item 2143, in support of statehood for Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico.
I would second it.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion on item 2143?
Don't we need
Isn't
a
it-
2/3 vote?
Yes,
Oh, yes,
I was
we
just about to make
do
a
need
point
a
of order.
2/3 vote. Yes. Okay. All in favor of discussing item 2143, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, it is the opinion of the chair that this has passed unanimously and met the 2/3 requirement for our committee. All right. Is there any further discussion on item 2143?
I have a question.
Yes.
I was looking at election results, I think it was today, and it said something about a member of Congress for Washington, D.C. I know they don't have senators, but
I know.
do they have any
They have a non-
representation in
They have a non-voting congressional member.
That's right.
non-voting? Okay, thank
Right.
you. So maybe we should say our subject and have no, oh, okay, it's in there. Thank you for the clarification.
Okay. Is there any further discussion on item 2143?
Minor thing, does it need to be spelled out District of Columbia, or is that well understood?
That's understood.
Well,
I think that's well understood in this case. Okay. Is there any further discussion?
The country does not have to vote on it. I mean, Puerto Rico has, I can't remember the last vote. Did they vote on becoming a state, or have they? Is that still up in the air with Puerto Rico?
I think
The
they have
citizens-
several times voted in favor of it.
I can't,
Plus, unfortunately, their vote means nothing without real support from our Congress, so that's what this is pushing for.
Right.
Although they pay taxes.
Yep.
They do pay taxes. Okay. All in favor? Please signify by
Aye.
saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, I will now take motions for other resolutions.
I had a point of inquiry, Travis,
Yes.
CD12. So for the authors, I know for 2018 and 2006, I'm one of the original authors, me and Ahmad. Now, would that be added in the back end, or should we bring that up now to add all the authors to that resolution?
On all these resolutions, we will not be forwarding the authors at that point. It's just what the party wants. All the authors will be removed for all past resolutions. Yes, Erica.
Chairman, I would like the committee to consider number R1380. And I just noticed the results are not there. So
Yeah, if the
I
results
don't-
aren't there, we can't consider them,
But
but
the original, I wrote it, so the original should have been there.
okay.
Do
We will
you have it?
Do you want me to, let me forward the email I sent to my SDEC.
I am waiting on confirmation from our parliamentarian to see if we can consider those.
Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, that one will be deferred. I see Khan, your hand is up.
I know you're waiting on the parliamentarian, but if we go through the resolutions that like I'm from Denton County, so if I go through the resolutions that pass Denton County and see that it is incomplete, maybe an option is to track down the original author and get the original resolution to fill out the blanks, but I guess we'll have to wait for the parliamentarian.
Correct, yeah. Don't worry though. If I get the go ahead, you bet we will do all of them if we can. So I give you that. If it's approved, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure every single voice in the party is represented, and we will consider as many as we can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our executive director, she should have most of the text.
Yeah, I just
since
believe
it was all filtered through her.
Yeah, there was some miscommunication, and we do have to rectify it. I just need to make sure we're following the rules on it. Okay, I see Yasin, your hand is up next.
I have another one to bring up, but I just want to wait until, unless someone else wants to bring one up since I just did. So going once, going twice.
Floor is yours, brother.
All right. I move that the committee take up the resolution known as 2156 for consideration.
Another one of mine, really.
Yeah, I was going through them. I wasn't even looking at the authors, and then later on I saw, because I have a list of ones that I want to go over. So, and then it ended up half of them being yours.
This is gonna make me look so bad.
Okay, I'll not bring it
No,
up.
it's fine. It's fine. We have a motion. Do we have a second to consider item 2156?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? It is the opinion of the chair that is unanimous, and therefore it meets our 2/3 threshold. We will consider item 2156. Is there any further discussion on item 2156? Hearing none, we will go to a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. All right. Is there anything else that people would like to bring up tonight?
Wasn't there a request to review 2157?
Let's see, 2157.
Or 2156, sorry.
That was 2156. We are now going. Do you make a motion for 2157?
Hold on. I think I'll come back to that. I'm sorry.
Okay. I see Daniel, your hand is up. Wait, Erica, is your hand still up, or is that for the previous one? Okay, Daniel, I
My
see your hand's up.
apologies.
Yeah, no worries.
I would like to request a motion to review County 272 or CLU 272.
I did that again.
272.
Yep. One with the resolve clause. Okay. This is related to the minimum wage. Okay, we have a motion to consider item 272. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. But I can't see what the topic is at the top. Can you scroll up?
Labor.
In support of raising the federal minimum wage to 17 an hour.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Any opposed? Hearing none, it is in the opinion of the chair that this motion was unanimous and therefore meets our 2/3 threshold. Is there? I see some grammatical edits. We'll do these. We'll do these. That's grammatical. That's grammatical. Okay. We're changing Harris County to Texas. Do we have a motion for this amendment?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this amendment?
Yes.
Okay.
Should we say, and you moved it up, but it says to $17. Can we change it to a living wage? Or should we still specify $17?
You're reading my mind. I was trying to make the exact same one.
And now it's hidden, so I can't see it anymore, but I saw it before.
But aren't we voting on this particular change right here?
Yes, we can discuss that after, but for now, the change on the floor is changing Harris County to the Texas Democratic Party.
Oh, I thought that was just a grammatical one and didn't need
Okay, that's fine.
I apologize. I would have waited. I apologize.
No worries. Okay. Is there any further discussion on this amendment? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Debbie, can we make it?
Now
can
I
we make it a
move that
living
we
wage?
change it from $17 to a living wage.
We have a motion to change from $17 an hour to a living wage in all places where appropriate.
Yeah.
Can we make it a living wage of at least $17 an hour?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that one.
I like that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. I saw Sean, your hand was up.
They actually cured what I was going to say. It's just a comment because that specific Senate bill refers directly to my understanding, $17 being listed. And so when we were talking about taking out the $17, I was saying that might change kind of the spirit of that resolve clause, but y'all changed how you wanted to word it, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Someone has their hand up.
Yes. There we go. All right. Rosalie, yes.
Yes, this is Rosalie Weisfeld, and I would agree with
It'd be two at least.
to change the first one where it says federal minimum wage to a living wage of at least $17 per hour. But the bill, actually, I was just looking at it, it says 17. It doesn't say at least 17. So if we put that in there, that's not what the bill says. So I would suggest that we not put it there, that will raise the federal minimum wage to a living wage of at least 17 over 5 years. I would take that living wage of at least out so that it'll be aligned with the bill that we're supporting.
That's in the resolve, right?
Yes, in the
Yeah,
resolve.
that makes sense for sure because it would mischaracterize the
Just
bill.
in that one spot, right?
Two
There are
spots.
two.
Yeah,
In
just
that one spot where it's referring to the bill.
Yeah.
And I would take out the words a living wage of at least. I would take all of that out because the bill says the federal minimum wage to $17 over 5 years and ensure American workers make a living wage because it's redundant. You're saying a living wage of, and then it says make a living wage.
Yeah.
So you don't need that. Perfect.
Okay. Well, we have a motion and a second on the floor. I see Sean Brown, your hand is raised.
I actually have an additional amendment to add a resolve clause related to exactly what they're talking about, so I will hold that till after we vote on whatever amendment we're voting on.
Doing a quick little thing fix here. Just have to retype that. Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on changing this resolve clause to include a living wage of 17 per hour?
I thought the recommendation was a living wage of at least 17 in that first one.
Yeah.
And then,
That's right.
and then
Yeah.
the
There we
follow,
go.
we just took it out. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there we go. There we go. We have a motion and a second to amend the resolve clause to say to a living wage of at least $17 per hour. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, we'll take it for a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. I know, Sean, I see your hands up.
And I would like to make a motion to add a resolve clause that states the following. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on the state legislature to research options for inflationary or other types of minimum wage increases over the coming years. I'm trying to figure out how to word that the best way possible, but essentially, this is where my idea is at. We don't want to just stop here because this is what the government did back in the 90s. We went to 725 and never changed it again.
But that would change the spirit of the resolution. Go back up to the title. It's all about the living wage to $17.
Yeah.
It was
You do make a
2009.
you do make a good point.
I don't know if
Although
there's another one that might be more suitable for.
Weren't there other resolutions that tied it in with the cost of living and
that's a
other
good point.
measures?
I believe we brought up a formula in one of the other ones.
So what I'll do is I'll withdraw my amendment. I'm going to do some research tonight and see if I can find another one that talks broader about
It wasn't
wages.
seconded, so you're okay.
Okay, perfect. But that's obviously on all of our minds, so I'll spend some time seeing if I can find another resolution related to that and bring it up at a further meeting.
Look up some of the ones that we passed, because I think we passed some earlier that talked about tying the wages into the cost of inflation, et cetera, et cetera. I can't remember specific.
I think those were cost of living increases, not minimum wage.
Also keep in mind that in the platform committee, there's a whole section on this issue, and they will address it in the platform.
Yes.
I will say that's a valid point, although I don't know anybody on the platform committee, so I don't, in my heart of hearts, I don't feel like I want to leave it off the table for something for us to pass if we can, just in case it's not addressed in our minds the way we want it to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, But I'm 100% sure, not 99% sure, that there
Okay.
will be a labor section. There are labor representatives on the platform committee.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
You can call anybody on the platform. You can call the chair of the platform committee. It's all open. You can also go to a platform committee meeting. They're open just like ours are. In fact, they're
I
having
may
a
just have
meeting
to do
right
that.
now tonight. Tonight they're having a meeting.
That's right. I did find a resolution, but this one's up to increase the federal minimum wage to $20 an hour over 5 years. And it has resolve clauses about the regional cost of living variation to be studied with the potential for localized adjustments to better reflect economic conditions across states and municipalities. But this resolution seems to be specifically talking about Senate Bill 1332, Raise the Minimum Wage Act of 2025. So I don't know if that would be appropriate.
And that's a good point. We'll work on this one and then maybe we bring up that other one. I mean, is there anything that says we can't pass both of these?
It would be kind of weird saying, okay,
Weird, do
this
you
is
think so?
at least
Okay.
17, and then this one says
Well,
220 over 5 years.
And it did in the title say at least 17 an hour.
Yeah, and exactly. That was a good call on putting that, inserting that, because it says at least, doesn't mean that it can't go to 20.
That's right.
that's a good point. Okay.
And 272 has more county districts.
So here's my question. Given that these are similar in nature, obviously related to different numbers, is it not to say that we couldn't take that last resolve clause from COU 222 and put it into this resolution? I mean, I get what people are saying about. Because I get what people were saying about, well, the Senate bill says this, but given that they use the terminology at least, it seems that the Senate bill is directed at, it's not just going to stop here.
Yeah,
To be
my
fair, we
concern.
did put at least ourselves, right?
Yeah, my concern with doing that is that they could then use it against areas where people make less money and say, well, because you live in an area where you don't really need $17 an hour, and $17 an hour means more in Los Angeles than it does in the Rio Grande Valley in Texas or in West Texas, you don't really need that much. So I'd really rather it not be included.
So here's my motion. I motion that we take the last resolve clause from COU 222 and bring it into this resolution we're considering with an amendment that includes a floor. The minimum wage regionally will not go below the federally mandated set amount. Whatever the federal government says, our federal minimum wage is $17 an hour. Your regional adjustments will not go below this amount. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'll second that.
The federal floor right now is $7.25. I'm not counting on them.
So at the time, okay. So what's the best way to word that?
Leave it out.
Because obviously,
whatever the federal minimum wage is, that is the floor.
That is a floor, and it's 725.
17, and that would be the
okay,
floor.
so yeah, you're right. So then we don't, you're right. Then I would just like to add this resolve clause. We don't need to set language for a floor because that's obviously redundant. It already exists.
Yeah.
There's a page break here somewhere. I'm going to fix that later. Okay. We have a motion on the floor to add this resolve clause. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a
CD
second.
27.
Is there any further discussion on this?
I'd like to speak against it.
Okay.
Again, it creates an opportunity for disparities between communities. When you adjust it to better reflect economic conditions across states and municipalities, it keeps people who aren't in a position to be able to move to a different area and they live in a more depressed area. They're going to get a more depressed wage. And so for that reason, I completely disagree with inserting it for that reason, that it'll create disparities. I mean, we're trying to say a minimum of $17, everyone.
Okay. Is there further discussion on this amendment?
I'd like to speak for, since I'm the one who requested the motion.
Yes, sir.
I do hear what Rosalie is saying, although I think the spirit of the entire resolution, one resolve clause already identifies setting a federal minimum standard. And so asking for cost of living adjustments in a further resolve clause just further expands on that already higher minimum, assuming that legislation gets passed. I feel without resolving that we allow for economic adjustments for cities like New York and Los Angeles, those areas like you just said, people may not be able to afford to move to an area they could better afford. And so without allowing a higher amount for those higher cost of living areas, we end up where they're still unable to survive and they're unable to afford to move. That's my feeling on it.
If there's no one else to speak against it, I'd like to speak against it again. Because there's two, right? So my thought on that is I'm a Texan. I'm concerned about Texans. This is a resolution for Texans. And so my concern is that people, I'm representing South Texas, and I was elected to do that. And so I would prefer there not to be this type of resolve clause in there, because again, it will create disparity even amongst people that you could say that maybe live in Dallas and South Texas. So again, I speak against it.
Okay. Is there further discussion on this item? Hearing none, let's take for a vote. Oh, Daniel, I see your hand.
Sorry, I'm working on two screens. I'm actually going to have to agree with Rosalie because I live in Waco. I work in Austin. I live in Waco because it's cheaper to live than it is in Austin. So I'm agreeing with Rosalie. Like the cost.
That's what happened. Okay. Is there any further discussion on this?
Since we added an extra against, can I expand on my thought process?
Sure.
So I definitely hear what everybody's saying. And obviously I'll reiterate that if we're setting a floor that the party and the state is comfortable with of $17 an hour, just as an example, because that's what this resolution talks about. I do hear the economic disparities when it relates to, and I certainly don't want to trounce on anyone who lives in a lower cost of living area, but living like where I live, for example, here in Houston, I'm not going to say $17 an hour isn't enough, but it's pretty darn close to not enough to support a family of, two or three or four people. And so I certainly hear what people are saying about, well, I live in South Texas, it's much cheaper, so it doesn't feel fair. And I certainly get that. But at the same time, I personally, just my own personal, I can't afford to move right now. If I needed to a lower cost of living area, like I just do not have the funds to be able to move. And so I feel like for those of us who live in the higher cost of living areas, having that economic market adjustment for a city like Houston is in my opinion necessary, and that's all I'll say on the matter.
All right. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, we will now go to a vote. All in favor of this amendment, please signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, please signify by saying nay.
Nay.
Please signify by saying nay. It is
Nay.
Chair.
Nay.
That is It is independent of the chair. That is, yeah,
I
it
think
is.
we need to have a counted vote.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
It
Uh-huh.
is independent of the chair. That was too close. Therefore, we will go to a division. Erica, please take over for a roll call vote.
Yes, Chairman.
Can we have the vote on the vote?
I'm getting to it. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. CD1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Nay.
6,
Abstain.
7, 8,
Aye.
9,
Nay.
10, 11,
Nay.
12.
I abstain.
We are on 12. 13, 14.
Present. Yeah.
Yay, nay. 14,
14.
No, that would be for
No
13. For
candidate,
13.
nobody there.
It's 13.
13.
Yes. I voted present.
No, no,
Oh.
No, this is yes or no. Yay or nay.
No, he can vote present.
Oh.
no, but
14.
No. Wait a second. Go back up, Erica, because 13, Bill Bass, all he did was vote present. He's not, I guess he's abstaining. He didn't vote aye.
But
It
he
says
can
P.
abstain with present.
Okay.
Chairman,
I understand. Thank you.
14, 15,
Nay.
16,
Aye.
17,
Nay.
18,
Abstain.
19, 20,
Aye.
21,
Aye.
22,
Abstain.
22,
Abstain.
22,
Abstain.
23, 22, 23. Some feedback. 23. Some feedback. 23. 24. 24. 25.
Aye.
26. 26.
Yes.
27.
Yes.
Yes.
27.
Yes.
28. 29. 30.
Nay.
30. 31.
Nay.
32.
Abstain.
33.
Yes. Yes.
34.
Abstain.
35. 36. 37. Chairman?
Yes, give me 1 second. I think this is the first time we've ever had abstentions and present that could impact the vote.
Point of inquiry, I believe 29 voted and 30 did not.
That is correct.
29?
That was Chris Bell. He voted no. 30 is not here. And this is going to be a.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
can you mark me as present? I came in a little late.
And you are con. Okay.
That's correct.
Yep. Okay. Wow. So we have 20 people present. We have 8 voting in favor, 7 voting against, and 5 voting abstain, 1 present. There must be 1 other person that came in late, as we had 21 votes.
CD 25?
Yes. Is CD 25 here?
No.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh.
Yes. Okay.
I voted yes.
And present. Okay.
So that means 21, we would need a vote of at least 11 people. This does not cross the 50% threshold of being in favor. Motion does not carry.
And this is 2/3, I thought, not 50%.
It's
So
11.
Not for an amendment.
Yeah, that's not for the amendment. It's for taking it up. But regardless, it does not carry.
Yeah.
So back to the item, COU 272. Is there any further discussion on this?
Chairman,
Yes?
just for clarification, is CD 11 present?
He was.
It was marked
Yeah, he
absent.
was. Yeah, he's here. CD 11's here. Which further increases this number to now 12 people for 50% plus 1, and therefore 8 does not meet that threshold. So motion does not carry. Is there any further discussion on item COU not 222? It's the other one. Here we go. COU 272.
Can I call for the vote?
No, but I will now go into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item COU 272 is adopted as amended. Hide this. Okay.
I'd just like
I
to
see
know we have 8 minutes left.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Sienna, I see your hand is up, but I'm gonna let Jackie go first because she had Yasin, you brought up 3 so far. So, Jackie, would you like to go?
Yes, motion for consideration item 2161 in support of heat safety protections for outdoor workers in Texas.
2161. Opening it up. All right. Another one of mine. Great.
You should be glad they strip out the authors.
Yeah. Is there a motion? Is there a second on this motion to consider item 2161?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Is there any opposed? It is in the opinion of the chair that that vote was unanimous and therefore crosses the threshold of 2/3. All right. Is there any further discussion on item 2161? I'll give you a minute to read it.
Raymond.
See, see the typo, potable.
Potable is a correct term for water policy. It refers to water that is not entirely pure but is still drinkable. You might have seen it in airplanes.
Oh, it's not portable. Oh, it is potable.
Mhm. Okay. Is there any further discussion on item 2161?
In the two resolves that needs to be removed from both of them, I think. Resolved. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, they're good. They're good. I was reading it wrong. Sorry.
I'd like to speak in favor of this resolution.
Sure.
As I have been a worker on the outside for the telephone company, and a period where we didn't even have air conditioning in our vehicles. They thought it would cause us to just linger in our cars, keeping cool. It's like I would, I definitely support this, and it's something that's been needed for a long time. And I know that we've had municipalities that have addressed this issue, and Texas preempting those resolutions from the municipalities, I think was hurtful, and we need to do something about it.
Yep, I totally agree.
I see Christie's hand is raised.
I also want to speak in favor. My stepdad was a lineman with IBEW for 30 years, and it's hot out there, and they do a whole lot of good work for us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there any further discussion on 2161?
Yeah, I got a question on the last resolve.
Yes.
It says outdoor and indoor workers. Can you give me an example of when the worker indoor is exposed to that temperature?
Prisons that are not heated.
Machinist, anybody working with metals.
When they're building
warehouses.
when they're
Yeah, warehouse.
building houses where they haven't put in a house AC.
Yesterday, I was in my attic fixing my air conditioner, so I can say that indoor conditions as well.
In Texas prisons also.
Yeah.
Daniel, I see your hand is raised.
I would just like to make an amendment removing potable or just leave water because I've seen how half of these resolutions have been written. So a lot of these people that's reading it probably don't know the definition.
Okay. We have a motion to get rid of the word potable. Is there a second for that motion?
I think this is Judy. I think we need to keep it in there because it makes a difference.
I need a second right now. We're not discussing, but thank you. We don't have a second, so that will not happen. Okay.
I wanted to make a motion to add industrial workers on the first whereas clause where it says construction workers, agricultural laborers, delivery drivers, and industrial workers, or industrial workers and utility workers.
Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second,
Okay.
31.
Is there further discussion on this? Hearing none, we'll go for a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Is there any further discussion on item 2161?
I would just like to say, again, being from South Texas, how important this is, and I appreciate you bringing it up, and Jazz for you writing it up and submitting it. I'm 100% in favor of this resolution. Thank you.
Yes. Corpus Christi, we have a very large refinery community and different industrial plants. So I think this is a good way to represent my my community.
Okay. All right, let's go to a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is adopted as amended. It is now 8:59 p.m. I believe we are done for the night. I will send out the two things to the subcommittees. I will email people directly. And then if you have more items you would like to bring up, please go through these. Feel free to make your suggested changes on whichever ones you may want to bring up. And then tomorrow and day after, we will go through as many of these as we can. Saturday, is Saturday the 21st or the 20th? I need to see my calendar.
Saturday is the 20th. Sunday's our last meeting.
Sunday is our last meeting. So Sunday we'll do our final report. I want to try and get through as many resolutions as we can through Saturday.
And I want to point out that Sunday is Father's Day.
And Friday is Juneteenth. It's a national holiday.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Juneteenth events.
I would actually like to make a
Mr. Chair, I motion
that-
to not have a meeting on Friday, on Juneteenth.
Second.
No, Friday, it's some Saturday.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to cancel our Friday meeting. This will be a straight up or down vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any
Abstain.
opposed?
Abstained.
We have 2 abstentions, no oppositions. Our meeting on Friday is canceled.
Mr. Chair,
I would like to make a motion to extend the meeting times of the days that are following so that we can make up for lost time.
She beat me to the punch.
Okay, so what times would you like for me to come on tomorrow and Saturday?
Either 1 hour before or 1 hour after. It is.
I was actually for Saturday. I was going to maybe propose 5 p.m. It is a weekend, so I don't know what everyone's schedules look like for Saturday, but I'm open at 5 on Saturday.
And I would second that, Sean. I had the exact same thought, saying let's just make it 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Saturday has my Juneteenth events.
On Friday, Friday night, it works for me because it's Shabbos. I'm Jewish and I'm observant. And Saturday, starting at 5 o'clock, I definitely cannot participate because again, it's Shabbos, and it's not over until Saturday night. So until the sun sets. So I was hoping to catch the end of the meeting. And the other thing is, I had mentioned this before, we are not required to go through every single one of these. Just because we don't consider them doesn't mean they won't pass in the future, because they will be sent to the Resolutions Committee of the State Democratic Executive Committee, which will meet over the next 2 years. So they will have plenty of time to review these. We're not leaving them on the table to be unexamined and unadopted. There will be the opportunity by the SDEC. Some of you may be running for SDEC, and if you have some favorite ones, you can bring them up. So I just wanted to remind you of that.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Also, Saturday,
Yes.
Saturday is a problem for me as well because we do have a Juneteenth celebration here that I think Eric and Art are both attending. We're manning a booth, or at least I.
Is there any way we can finish on Thursday?
And I have Juneteenth events happening here in Waco.
I
Saturday.
actually go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, thank you. Chairman, can we select a person to take a secretary for Saturday, because I'll be in East Texas and I have to meet Diana between
Yes, no
in
worries.
the evening. Yes, please.
I'm sure someone on the committee will volunteer. We have such a good group here. And
Thank
so,
you.
okay, what I'll propose then, tomorrow, Thursday, we can meet at as early as 5:30 and go as late as we need. And then on Saturday, we will not do any additional resolutions. We will strictly work on the report of everything that's passed. So, Rosalie, is that okay? So we're not doing anything different?
Well, I'd like to participate in that as well. Is there a way that you could still start it at 7, like go from 7 to 10? And then at least I can come in at like 8:30 when the sun sets, so I can catch the last hour and a half. Or
Okay,
can
so
we do it on Sunday?
Yeah, I will move the Saturday meeting to 8 p.m. then. We can do 8 to 10 if we need to.
Okay, great.
And Sunday is Father's Day. How does the committee feel about Sunday? Because if we don't want to do any work, we have to get it done by Saturday.
I'm
I can
fine
work
with Sunday.
night.
On the Sunday too.
I can be
Mr.
on
Chair.
Sunday night works for me.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Yeah, Sunday works great for me because I have my CEC meeting tomorrow.
So do
Um,
I.
and and so one of our agenda items is to address any resolutions that they would like me to bring up if possible. So I'd like to not say that tomorrow's like the end of our work if possible.
Okay. If
I
it's
need to be somewhere tomorrow, so I
yeah,
can't be here tomorrow.
okay. Then if it's okay with the committee, tomorrow we'll just extend regardless for the number of hours. Friday, we are not meeting. Saturday, we will meet for 2 hours from 8 to 10.
That
And
works.
then Sunday, we will wrap up the committee and our report.
I'm okay with that.
Works for me.
I just have a concern about tomorrow, just saying until whenever, because I know Debbie, for one, just went through a 7-hour meeting yesterday with the county, and other members of the committee there in Harris County had the same experience. And I would like to have a stop time.
Yes, the stop time will be 10 p.m. That is my stop time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
10
you.
p.m. Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
7 hours was too long, folks.
Yeah,
And what
yeah. We'll
did
start
you
at
say with
6.
tomorrow
As
night?
I have another request.
Yes.
Can you send out an email with the link to all of this so that we can look at it? Just send us an email with the link so we can open them up and look at it.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, to your spreadsheet, and so we can see what we've already actually adopted, and as well as the language. Whoops, the language of those that were adopted, so we can review those. Because I missed yesterday, and I'm looking forward to reading the minutes and getting a link to the. I'm sure everyone else who's missed meetings would like to review the.
Yes. So if you go to the Google Drive folder, same link that's been in your previous emails,
Okay.
the new resolutions tracker sheet
Yes.
is the one we're working off of.
Yes.
And if you open it up, everything in column D has a link to the document now.
Mm. Okay.
So that should make it easy.
So only those have passed?
Um,
The green ones at the top?
Some of the yellow
these are past similar. There are some we could not do because they did not have enough. We've passed like close to 60, I believe, out of the
Wow.
what?
That's great.
500 something? Yeah.
But
And so,
these are from the second group. That doesn't include the number from the first group.
right.
Where are those that I can review those?
They're all in here. Every single resolution sorted by some kind of machine learning algorithm that groups them by combined CD count and topic.
Okay. But they're not color coded. That's what I
They're
was.
not color coded, no. The ones that we have not discussed, these are not color coded.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
I'd like the motion to
Jazz,
adjourn.
Yes.
one more question. I'm sorry. The ones with the honorary ones that needed the grammar stuff.
Mhm.
When are we going to go over those?
In the emails I will send tonight and or tomorrow morning, because I am exhausted, there is a grammar and spelling committee. I
I'm
will
on
link.
it, and I made changes. I sent you an email with all of the numbers that need. I mean, I went through all of the memorial ones that said needed a grammar check. I sent you an email with all the changes that I made.
Okay,
But
great.
we need to go through them.
Yes, we do. Okay, that will be fine. And
Can we
if there are
put them
true
up?
grammar checks, I will automatically approve them. If they're changing anything, we will bring it back up into committee.
Okay. There was one that I reworked an entire sentence. It was just bad.
That's fair.
And is it possible to bring up a moral resolution? Sylvia Collins, who was killed in the apartment explosion that happened May 28th, we have a memorial resolution for her. It's too late to introduce that.
No. Any memorial resolution I will allow, even though it's technically against the rules. At our first meeting, Dina and I, we kind of had that conversation on the committee with everybody. and we did say we're gonna be a little relaxed on that rule. And any memorial resolution, we will allow even beyond the deadlines.
I'll email it to
We
you.
passed that on the first night. We passed all memorial resolutions.
Yeah, I had a similar occurrence. I think, to his. We forwarded ours to the convention CERP support. I think Rachel Duke.
Yeah.
Because we also just this last week had a beloved judge and former county chair for Henderson County pass away, and so we wanted to see if we could get that resolution in place also.
Yes, I will accept any and all memorial resolutions beyond the deadline. Cool. Any other questions?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Sorry. We said tomorrow 5:30, just to be sure.
6.
6. Okay. Thank you.